and Sarah coming in from Alabama today.
So, what grade did they have?
Nope,
Yeah, kind of techie. Yeah. How about you?
All right, have a seat. We're gonna make this real quick. I expect the Pastor Justin to go longer, so we are gonna be done no later than 1:30. All right. So if you have a parental unit picking you up that's not here, you can text them, let them know we'll be done by 1:30. Hopefully quicker than that even. So, but we'll be done by 1:30. All right, I'm gonna go over and make sure everybody is here on my list of people who signed up. Yep, we're gonna do this here. All right. Also, I gotta say this because there are a couple people who cannot be here. We're live streaming this. They can watch it later. Throughout the video, if you're watching this live, you need to text me certain keywords to let me know that you watched the video. So my phone number is 423-619-9155. It will not appear on the bottom of the screen because I'm not editing this video. But again, the number is 423-619-9155. I will say keywords throughout the course of this. You don't have to crazy J, and don't text me in the middle of this.
Okay.
Only if you're not here do you have to do it.
Okay.
You just look like you were about to start texting me stuff.
Oh, I was texting my parents.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just calling you out. Sorry.
Oh, no.
All right, so if you're watching online, I'll say certain keywords. Your first keyword is blue.
Oh.
I'm literally making up words here, like as we
I
go.
think blue is a word.
Blue is a word.
You said you're making up words.
Well, all right, I'm going to go over the list here to make sure you're here and who's not here. If I mispronounce your name, that's my bad. Elisheva. Elisheva, see? All right. Cheyenne. Good job. Grace Jan.
Here.
Already called out.
Yep.
Aaron's not here. Leo's not here. Noel. Mackenzie.
Here.
Adam. Sarah. Brianna.
Here.
Okay.
How did you say Brianna?
Jonah. Leah. Eli.
Here.
Austin. Ethan. Ethan. Okay. Lexi is not going to be here. Cameron. Kingsley. All right. Make sure I get the right camera. Maddie.
Woo!
Gabe.
Hola.
Peyton. Kate. Levi. What was that? That was a week. That was a week here. Levi. Come on now. Kellogg. Hannah Rodnauer.
Here.
Mackenzie Robinson. And Elise. Okay. I know you're here. It was Cameron Rudat. Kayla. Mason. Tegan. Cameron Tabor. Hannah Uppercue. Tori. Sophie. All right, did anybody not call out? That was the other person next on the list. All right, so if I call someone's name and they're not here and you're friends with them, you should probably text them and tell them they've got to watch this video to help. So right now, on my list, we have 34 students signed up to help. We will use all 34 students, but I only really have to have 24 students. So, over there. It's okay. All right. So I'm going to say this like really nicely as I can. We need you to VBS will not run without you. But if you cannot do your job, I have enough people to replace you. All right. So as long as I can. We want you here, but VBS does not run as well if you're not a part of it. You, like all the adults do nice stuff, VBS is doable because you're here. All right. You do a better job than the adults. All right. I fully believe that. So that's why we're going over this stuff today, because there are some expectations that I need you to understand and for you to help me make you the best you can be so that we have the best week possible and have a great week. So I'm going to go over my list of stuff. If you're watching this video online, Our next keyword is basketball. I'm writing these down because I'm going to forget it. People are going to be texting me random words. All right. So, for most of you, and at the end of our time together, I'm going to give you the opportunity to give input. Here's how your assignments are going to go. I'm going to sit down with Pastor Justin tomorrow, and we are going to look at the needs of the people we have for positions, and we're going to fill those positions in. And then I will be contacting you via text message or email, however you got your message that you were supposed to be here today. Did everybody get a message from me like on Friday?
Yeah.
Either email or text message. I sent out Friday.
Both.
I was sitting in the airport doing it. So, all right. If you don't check your email messages, then you should do that. That's important. I'll let you know if you haven't heard from me by like Tuesday or Wednesday. You can text me or email me or call me or whatever and find out too. So, you will have your position. But I'm going to say with Pastor Justin, most of the positions we have available for students is assistant guides. And so you're going to be working with another adults, helping them do what they're doing. And so to help you be the best assistant guide, none of you are responsible for your area of preparing a lesson or anything like that. But your biggest job as student helpers is crowd control. All right? So crowd control. So making sure you are helping children behave and helping children pay attention and helping children follow along is going to be your biggest job. And so I want to give you a couple of pointers to help you do that, because you may or may not have younger siblings. You may or may have not worked with children before. And so there are some simple things that I'm going to help you do that. So I'm going to give you 4 R's to start off with. All right. If a child, Hannah, is misbehaving, the first thing you can do is request them to stop misbehaving. All right. So give a request. Ask them. Most children don't know if they're doing something wrong if you don't tell them. So make a request and say, hey, you need to pay attention, Hannah. All right? So you give them a request. Hannah, if you'll pay attention, that'd be great. It doesn't matter. Both of you. All right? The next option, if you request them to be quiet and they can't, well, Hannah, I've got a seat right over here for you. You reseat them. All right? You give them somewhere else to sit. If they can't sit next to their friends, you offer them another seat. The third option, if this becomes an option, you need to talk to your adult before you do it, but you need to remove them. All right? This means you're going to be asking one of your adult leaders with a red lanyard, all right, permission to do that. You hopefully should not get to that point with any child there. If you take these other 2 steps, I can almost guarantee you, you will not have to. But if Hannah keeps talking, even after I move her, I'm going to go to Christina, and we're going to take care of that issue real quick, aren't we, Hannah? See? We're going to take care of it real quick. So make sure before you remove, you do that. The last thing you need to do, if you have to remove one child, is to remember them. Continue to pray for them. Continue to lift them up. Continue to even maybe reach out to them throughout the week and say, hey, I know you can do better tomorrow. Let's do better. So don't forget about that child. You remember them. All right? So those are 4 R's, very simple. We're going to do it over. So request, receipt, remove, remember. All right? That should help you for any problems like that. Here's some other things that are going to help you as you are an assistant guide or any position. You are an adult figure to these kids. You're not an adult. Tori, you're still not an adult. Don't care.
What was that?
Mackenzie, I know too, but Mackenzie acts more like an adult, so I didn't want to.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Are you?
Are you?
Yes, Mackenzie's older.
My birthday's 3 days.
I know.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why you said that.
Have you done a background check?
Yes.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
When he got arrested the past 3 days.
If you're-
I just wanted to know.
If you're 18, you have to go on a background check. So,
Yeah.
which
He'll give
Wait,
you
dude,
a
so-
autograph, sir.
you are an adult to these children figure, but you can be a fun adult. If they are doing story time, sit on the ground with them. Like sit amongst them, sit with them. If they're doing a craft activity, help them do their craft activity. If they're doing well in their craft activity, sit down and do the craft with them. Unless the art person tells you there's not enough supplies for you. But sit down and participate with them. If you're participating with them, they are less likely to misbehave and to not do things. If you're in music, Jonah Glenn, if you're in music and the kids are dancing, you dance with them because you are the cool high school student, and if you're cool enough to do the dance moves, they will do the dance moves. So participate with them. Even if you're too cool to do the dance moves, Jonah Glenn, you can still do it with them, all right? It doesn't matter if you don't get it right. It doesn't matter how bad you dance or how bad you sing. Those little children will think you're the coolest person in the room. They don't know better yet, so it's okay, all right? So just go with it, okay? You participate will help them follow along, and they will do better if you do that. So sit on the floor, participate, help. Your job is to be a helper. If you see that your adults in your room is struggling with something, ask how you can help them. All right? Make sure you are going to them and asking for help. At the end of the day, when we do dismissal, it's going to look a little bit different, and so you'll get the drift of that pretty quickly. At the end of the day, once we start doing dismissal, don't just tell your adult, peace out, I'm gone. All right? You need to make sure that every child is gone from your group before you leave. One thing we're doing different this year, I think Pastor Justin said it. I may not listen to complete everything, but it's in your book at least. It's in your book. I read the book. Is that we're giving you lunch.
Wow.
So we're giving. He didn't say that in there. All right, thank you. I didn't think he said it. It's in the book. We are giving you lunch this year. So there is no reason for you to rush out. You have food here. I don't know if he's going to do this, but I am almost 100% sure, and if he's not, I'm going to tell him to do it. We're not going to give you lunch until all the children are gone.
Yeah.
All right? So your job is to help us make sure we get our children gone before we start giving out lunches. So don't just take off and leave. Part of helping means helping all the way through. All right? Part of helping also means being here on time.
8 a.m.
Being here at 8 a.m. All right? I know that's early, but you can do it. I promise you can do it. It's only for 1 week. You go back into sleeping in after that. All right? 8 a.m. Be here. You hopefully everybody got their shirts, right? Everybody got their shirts in there.
Yes, ma'am.
We ask you to wear your shirts every single day. There will be only one exception to that. Is because I like you so much, I have created a special student VBS shirt for you. So I will be getting those out in the middle of the week at some point for you to wear on the day that we designate. All right? You may wear your Stetson student VBS shirts on the days that I tell you can. Does that make sense? When you check in and when you leave, there's going to be something you can always look for every time. I don't know if it'll be check-in or when you leave, because I don't know how we're going to do leaving yet. But when you check in, I'll say it that way, there will be a student newsletter. It will have information for you as a student, not for children, but just for you, because during the week, there will be some activities that we do that is just for students after VBS is over. So, like when we went to go see a movie, we've gone to Chick-fil-A and ate, and we've had open gym here. We've done lots of things like that that'll be in the afternoon. I don't know what those will be exactly yet because COVID changed what's open and what we can do, and I don't think a group of 30 of us showing up at Chick-fil-A will make them very happy. But we will be doing something on some of the days, not every day, but on Monday when you get here and check in, you can look at that newsletter and it will kind of give you a brief overview, it will tell you how to sign up, so we make sure you have enough drivers and rides for everybody, when we'll start, when we'll be over, all that information. So every single day that you check in, make sure you look for that student newsletter. Does that make sense? That's how I'll communicate to everybody, because we won't all necessarily be all together at the same time. The other part of this is I don't get to walk around and check up on you because I am teaching the 5th grade class, because the 5th graders are promoting into the student ministry at the end of the week. And so I get to spend the week with all of our new incoming students in the student ministry. And so what I'm going to be doing throughout the week is I'm going to be asking your adults how you're doing. All right? And again, I'm going to give you a position. I may have to move some of you. All right?
Yeah, if you're acting up.
If you're acting up, if you can't handle the group you're in, or maybe someone else can't handle the group, I'm moving you to that group. Just be prepared. I am going to follow up and check on you. That's why we're having this meeting now to say, hey, here's how you can do the best you can do. We want to make sure you're prepared for this. All right? If you're watching the video online, we're going to give the word destination as our next word. Destination. It's destination dig. So, all right.
Always super like that.
Let's see. Student news. For most of you, and I can't say this 100% sure, for most of you, you will be the only students in your group. All right? Mr. Justin and Miss Megan have created the list that I have. All I have right now is a list with blank spots on it, and I'm going to be taking those names and filling it in together. If you have another student with you, your goal and your job throughout the week will be to stay as separate as possible. All right? So if by chance you have another student that's in your group with you, your job is not to hang out together and talk to each other the entire time. Make sure that you are working with the children, you're setting the example, you're spending time with them. That is the goal. All right? So there is a possibility of some of you being together, but if that's the case, your goal is to separate as much as possible during that time. If it doesn't work out that way, then I may be switching some people around too. All right, so that is the goal in everything. If you noticed in the schedule Pastor Justin just went over, the times for setup. As assistants and as helpers, you do not have a specific room, but I would highly encourage you, if you're going to camp with us, you can't do Friday, but I would highly encourage you to join one of those days, either on Friday the 9th or Saturday the 10th, from 8 to 5, to come up here and just to say, what can I do to help? How can I help set up? So both of those days will be options, will be setting up. Definitely plan on sticking around that Sunday, right before VBS, right after church. We're only going to do 1 hour. Stick around for 1 hour, and I can tell you this from experience, if you will walk around for an hour just asking adults what you can do to help, the campus will be done in less than an hour. Again, VBS does not happen without you helping out. You are the ones who make a big difference. So your ability to be here and help, you move faster than older people, all right? You can set things up quicker than they can. You being here will be a big help to them and to getting everything done for VBS. So make sure you do that as much as possible. Does anybody have any questions besides what am I doing? All right, if you are watching this video, I'm going to give you your last word here. Somebody give me a good word here. Dinosaur? We're going with dinosaur. There we go. So if you're watching this video, you've got 4 keywords. If you'll text those keywords to me at 423-619-9155, that will let us know that you've watched this video and you'll be eligible to help out for VBS. If you don't, then thank you for not watching the video and not helping with VBS. So, all right, Gabe, it's right behind you. Will you hit in on the video for me? You got it? Awesome. All right.